Hello, this is Coco from Cake Resume, a fast-growing talent community with more than 5 million job seekers across APAC. And we've dedicated ourselves to help talents to show their value with resume and CV builder, and also facilitate events like this today to match great talents with great opportunities around the world. Now, shout out to those is currently based in Taiwan right now. Please give us an emoji. I can see you on the screen. Right? Give us some emoji. Yay. Hi. And I'm from Malaysia, by the way. And for those who are joining us overseas, please feel free to comment below and let us know where you're coming from, right? I see I see Indonesia. Hi, people from Indonesia. Hi. People from Korea. Hi. Hi, everyone. Yes. Wow. I see a lot of emoji happening. Thank you. And now, thanks again for joining our event today. I'm your host for today's event. And now, today's event, we have 4 Googlers to join us and share their experiences, and also a special guest from Taiwan Go Card office to share more about, relocation support for talents from overseas. And also, we have Google recruiters to share about job opportunities at Google Taiwan. So hold on tight and stay with us until the very end of the session. We have more interactive Q&A with all the speakers as well. Okay, now let's have a quick warm-up. And since we're in Google Taiwan, right, I've prepared a few questions to see how well everyone knows about Taiwan, right? Are you ready? I know the first question is already on the screen, so type your answer in the comment. It's a yes or no, right? So first question is Taipei 101 the tallest building in Taiwan? Right? Yes or no? Yes or no? Let's see if you got the answers right. Yes. Okay, most of you said yes. And the answer is yes. Right. Fun fact, Taipei 101 also has 61 elevators. And with some of the world's faster elevators, for example, there's one elevator from 5th floor, could take you up to 89th floor within just 37 seconds. It's crazy, right? Okay. Now, second questions, are you ready? All right. Is bubble tea culture originated from Taiwan? Right? What's your answer for that? Yes or no? Let's see. What is your answer? Yes. All right. Okay. I see some of you might have tried bubble milk tea before, right? Yes. Wow. Okay. Yes. Some of you might say no. Okay. The correct answer is, I see most of you got it right, is yes. Right. Bubble milk tea is also known as boba tea, pearl milk tea, right? It's actually originated from Taiwan since the 1980s. It's a long history. All right. Last question. Okay. Is Taiwan the most mountainous island in the world? Anyone as a natural lover as I am, if you're a hiker, you might be interested in this question. Is Taiwan the most mountainous country? Okay, I see some of you like Sinki tofu better. Okay, this is for the previous question. Now, for this question, all right, what is the answer? The answer is yes. All right. Taiwan is considered to have the highest density of mountain of any island across the world. In fact, 2 out of 3 of the island is covered by mountains. It has 268 mountains, which is above 3,000 meters. And so Taiwan is a relatively small island with the size of Belgium and easy to go around and nestle between the beach and the mountain. So it's a really good place to live and work, right? All right. Now, appreciate all of your responses. Thank you once again. Thank you. And hope you get to learn a little bit more about Taiwan. And once again, welcome to Google Taiwan. Yeah. Now we're going to officially kick off the event. And let's welcome Milton Ribeiro, Nest Taipei Hardware Engineer Lead, to give us an opening speech. Welcome, Milton.
Thank you, Coco. My name is Milton. I'm a hardware engineering lead with Google Nest in Taiwan. It's great to see so many people here with us interested in Google in Taiwan. Albeit I have only been here based in Taiwan for the last 18 months, I have spent a lot of time on and off here over the last 27 years of my life. I've been in the tech industry since I finished grad school in 1991, working in various types of technologies in several countries in various capacities, from development engineer all the way to the executive suite. I find the Taiwanese very welcoming and friendly at all levels. They have always made me feel at home, even when Taiwan was not really my home. I really love the country. Taiwan has a strong foundation in all aspects of technology, from software development to hardware manufacturing to infrastructure development. Taiwan is a world-class semiconductor provider with a complete and mature IT supply chain and ecosystem, one of the few places in the world where development, procurement, and manufacturing are within driving or train distance. Central location and a favorable regulatory ecosystem also make Taiwan the ideal site for Google's extensive network infrastructure. Google Taiwan is continuously expanding and growing to fulfill our mission and continue to help Taiwan become the Silicon Valley of Asia. In fact, Google Taiwan is one of Google's largest sites in Asia, with a few thousand Googlers collaborating across offices and sites in 5 cities. Amongst them, there are more than 200 international Googlers from 35 plus different countries, here to create and develop products and technologies that bring a better life to our users. While Google Taiwan is the largest hardware hub outside the US, we actually started out as a software engineering center. The first Taiwan Googlers worked on Android and Chrome all the way back in 2006. Fun fact, did you know that the world's first Android native smartphone was built in Taiwan? And that today we maintain a large software and hardware presence in Taiwan and continue to grow a team that's uniquely skilled in software and hardware integration? Looking ahead, Google's expansion and development in Taiwan is focused in 3 areas: talent in hardware and software integration, the industrial ecosystem, and internet infrastructure. Google wants to help people achieve AI applications that respond to various life situations through a variety of highly integrated devices. Taiwan's mature hardware and software industry and related talent are an essential part of realizing this vision for Google. Taiwan's industrial ecosystem and open development environment enable Google to drive more future application innovations, whether it is Google's various hardware products, global software platform as Android, as well as cloud infrastructure or data center. Technology supply chain are the key to Google's global long-term ecosystem operation. With its geographical advantages, Taiwan was home to one of the first data centers in APAC, starting late 2013, providing high-quality internet and application services to users in Taiwan and across the Asia-Pacific region. In recent years, we have continued to cultivate these unique advantages of Taiwan to promote innovation, and Google's operating scale in Taiwan has increased year by year. I hope that in the future, we will have an opportunity to work with all of you to achieve this Google's vision for Taiwan. Thank you. Back to you, Coco.
All right. Thank you, Milton, for sharing Google's vision in Taiwan. And we trust that talents are the driving force behind Google's success and building up the 3 core areas, as Milton just mentioned, right? First, talent in hardware and software integrations, industrial ecosystem, and internet infrastructure. Now, it's crucial to recognize that the heart of Google's mission in Taiwan lies within its people. Now, to shed light in these aspects, we have invited outstanding Googlers to join us today to share their experiences, insights about why they choose Taiwan and how they've been contributing to these aspects. Now, also a gentle reminder for those who has just joined us online, right? Feel free to ask any questions during our chat, and there's more after this. There's a Taiwan Employment Gold Card office, to share a little bit more about relocation support. And don't forget, ask questions, feel free. We'll try our best to answer your questions in the chat box, right? Now, let's move from Milton's insights into our engaging fireside chat. I'm very honored to be the host today and joined by three amazing Googlers to really spill their beans of their journey. Now, let's welcome the first speaker, Gregor from Germany. Hi, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, of course. My name is Gregor. I'm from Germany and I work as a launch program manager in our planning and logistics org. So I get to oversee our launches from our new Pixel products from a supply chain perspective. And Taiwan has a lot of things to offer. I think one of your questions was already around this. So I love it that you have a lot of mountains here, but at the same time you can go to the ocean very fast. And I also do love bubble tea.
Nice. Thanks, Gregor. And up next, Keita from Japan.
Yeah, hi, Coco. And hi, everyone. I'm Keita. I came from Japan to join Google Taiwan as a software engineer in Silicon team. It's my first full-time job after school. So I basically develop software for next generation SoC, the brain of the smartphone. And since I came to Taiwan, I've been enjoying the food so much. And yeah, I actually also love the warm and humid weather here in Taiwan. So yeah, I'm very excited to talk about the culture at Google Taiwan today. Thanks.
All right, pleasure to meet you, Keita. And finally, Yunro from Malaysia.
Hey everyone, so I'm Yunro. I joined Google as a technical program manager in the Pixel hardware team, working on phone early architecture definition activities. So Taiwan actually has a lot to offer, and my favorite include the delicious food, the people who are very welcoming and friendly, and the nature with a lot of different varieties of landscape, from forest, beaches, mountains, and last but not least, I think the very well-developed public transportation makes it very easy. Everything is very easily accessible.
Right, amazing. Thanks for the introduction, Yunro. And I have more questions for you later. But first, I'd like to ask Gregor. I happen to know that you have worked in various and different offices in Google around the world. And would you kindly share your career growth and the journey coming to Google Taiwan?
Of course. I actually worked in 3 different offices. So I started in Dublin in Ireland, and then I moved over to Berlin, Germany, and now I'm working in Taiwan. And I think it's very interesting to see these different offices, and I also got to see very different aspects of our business. So if you think about it, Dublin is our European hub. It's a very dynamic environment. There's a lot of fresh graduates starting there, and it's a very diverse office. And from there, I moved to our Berlin office in Germany, and this is a much more senior office. You get to meet a lot of interesting people because they're visiting it. It's an event hub, so there's YouTubers coming, politicians, and even Google executives like Sundar coming to the office. And then I chose, for personal reasons, to move here to Taiwan, as my family is partly from Taiwan. And that was also a very exciting opportunity for me because I got to move with Google and got to meet also Google Taiwan here. And I started as a program manager, and for the first time had the opportunity to apply Chinese in my job, in my day-to-day job. So that's very cool. And I get to work on a physical product. So I get to work on a Pixel phone, and that's also a lot of fun.
Wow, that's an amazing journey. Wow. And you speak well Chinese, I believe, right?
Yeah, we speak Chinese most of the time at home.
Wow, amazing, amazing. Now, could you tell us what is the biggest difference, working in Taiwan comparing to other places and opportunities that you worked before?
I think working in Taiwan is quite different. Maybe I pick 2 things that I find very different. So the first thing would be, I think people communicate less direct. And also people are always on messaging and always available. When you're in the MRT, you always see people chatting on the messaging app. So Google Taiwan is already a very international environment. So a lot of these aspects, maybe the negative side of these aspects, you don't feel in your day-to-day job, but still it's a different culture and I can feel it. And in Germany, we are very direct in communicating. And I think like I have to be careful in some meetings that I don't come across as rude, and people think, oh yeah, who's this guy and what he's talking about. So, which is good for me. So I actually learned like better strategies to solve problems while being still direct. So there's like different ways to do this. And as of being available all the time, my strategy is very strict. So after working hours, I shut off my messaging, so I'm not available anymore. And if there's something really urgent, then people can still reach me.
I see. Wow, thanks for sharing. And since you've also mentioned that you moved to Taiwan for personal reasons, like getting close to your families, right? And I believe some of our audience who joined us today might have the similar conditions, or they're considering moving to, new countries with families or exciting opportunities as well. So do you have any advice for those who are considering doing that?
I think like in general, and this is what I appreciate the most about Google, it's a very family-friendly company. So there's a lot of support, not only for you, but for the whole family. And Google, for example, in this relocation, they helped me. They moved all our furniture from Germany. And from the beginning, we felt at home because we had our stuff and everything was very easy. And also in general speaking, Taiwan is a very child-friendly place. There's something that I just recently found out. So we have like a small child at home, and there's these places called Parent-Child Center, and you have it in every district. And as we learned from Kita, there's a lot of rainy days, so you can go there and you can play with your child and with other children together, and it's for free. So I think that's very good. And to mention something else, like what I find challenging personally is sometimes like the whole traffic situation. Taiwan's not that perfect when you're a pedestrian, but I see a lot of improvements lately, so I'm super happy about that as well.
Wow, okay. Thank you for sharing, Gregor. And how about you, Keita? Right? I heard it's rare for Japanese, to work overseas, especially fresh grads. And what was your consideration, like joining Google Taiwan and move to Taiwan?
Yeah, I guess that's true. So when I was thinking about my first full-time job, so I thought the growth opportunity was very important. And yeah, in terms of that, I think Google Taiwan is one of the best choices in the world. Google Taiwan is growing super fast as Google's largest hardware hub outside of the US. So yeah, I was very excited to get to work with lots of talented people with various backgrounds in Google Taiwan. And besides that, I decided to move to Taiwan because the daily life environment is great, such as food and safety. And yeah, Taipei also has great transportation system, and it's really cheap and convenient. Yeah, and another reason would be because Taiwan and Japan share similar time zone, I can still connect with my family and friends in Japan. And actually, my fiance still lives in Japan. So yeah, I think those are the reasons I decided to move to Taiwan.
Wow, congratulations. And it's such a brave decision to take on an adventure like that for the first career outside of your home country. But I believe it's also quite exciting for fresh grads, right? Now, okay, could you share a little bit more about your team? Like, is there any one thing that you like the most about them?
Sure. So I work in the Silicon team, and the Silicon team develops mobile SoCs for Pixel phones. And we make sure we can deliver the best experiences to Pixel users. I work with Googlers from Googlers in Taiwan and also Googlers from other offices too, like US. So yeah, since I joined, I collaborated with people from other offices to develop several Linux drivers to improve the system. Yeah, I think working with people from other offices is one of the best parts of like working in this team. And yeah, one thing I love the most about this team is the people. They are really nice and friendly. So yeah, they are always happy to offer help. So I always feel safe to ask basic question or ask for help.
Wow, it's amazing. Like lots of support and exciting challenge at the same time. And I think we also have quite a lot of fresh grad students joining us online today. They might be sitting in front of the screen, imagining their career right now. So what would be your advice for these fresh grads?
Advice. So, yeah, I think when we think about a big challenge, it's usually much easier when you actually try it. And especially when you have a challenge that like lots of people have faced before. And we already have a big international Googler group here at Google Taiwan. So don't be afraid and join us. And people love offering help or teaching things. So yeah, it will be okay.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Keita. And these are great tips. So apart from Silicon Team, I heard that Google has a core product called Pixel. Right. So Yunro, could you share more about what is Pixel and what is Pixel's team mission and what is your role achieving the mission?
Sure. So Pixel is actually a business unit responsible for Google's phones and hearables that enhance our users' experience through the mobile computing. So the team's mission is to build a mobile computing experiences that our user will choose because of the radically helpful superpower that the devices give to them. So the team actually focuses a lot in bringing the best hardware, software, AI, and Google services in phones and hearables. So we want to make our products helpful for everyone. So as Sen, our early architecture technical program manager, I really work closely with a lot of engineering teams, cross-functional, cross-geo, to integrate all the different requirements from these different functions into the product architecture. So following the Pixel team's mission, we have been defining the products with this as a guiding principles. So making a product is helpful for everyone. Everyone is very important, right? Helpful and for everyone. That has been a very important priorities for us. Yeah.
Wow, okay. I'm really impressed by Google's Pixel's mission. And it sounds like you're not just building a phone, but actually the whole ecosystem, right? And I'm also curious though, lots of our audiences are also interested to know more about relocation support from the Google Taiwan. And since you come from Malaysia, would you share a little bit more how Google Taiwan support your relocation?
Sure. So yeah, as Coco mentioned, I relocated from Malaysia to Taiwan with my family. And, as also mentioned by Gregor earlier, Google not only provided the relocation support in terms of financial reimbursement, which covers, for example, like the moving expenses, transportation costs, or temporary housing. Other than that, I also receive a great consultation support in terms of like my looking for permanent housing, looking for schools for the kids, tax and banking information, which is very helpful, right? And there's also an international Googler group that supports, all the international Googlers in Taiwan here, where I can easily ask questions whenever I need it. And not to forget my very helpful teammates who always share tips with me. So I had a very pleasant relocation experience overall, and the whole process was actually much smoother than I expected, before I moved.
Wow. Thank you for sharing, And it's really nice to hear that Google has so much support for international Googlers. And besides the relocation support, since you guys mentioned about this group, and, as a foreigner working overseas, sometimes we feel alone, far away from families and friends. So back to Gregor, right? How is your experience? Could you share a little bit more about the information that you guys talked about, like the employee resource group and the international group? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So I think there's something that everyone can relate to. Like coming to a new place can be very exhausting. And we made this employee resource group that is there to make you feel more at home here in Google Taiwan. So to better help Googlers immerse in this experience, we set up this group called International Googlers Taiwan. And we are a group of more than 200 people from more than 35 countries that work and live here in Taiwan. And together with my co-leads, we coordinate the work and we try to help everyone on a voluntary basis. This is maybe some of you out there heard about this, just the famous 20% project. So I dedicate 20% of my time to help this community of international Googlers. IGT is supporting all new hires from outside Taiwan and in their onboarding. So that can be a lot of different things. For example, we noticed that you might have different things from a Taiwanese onboarding. So we assign a buddy to you that is helping you during your onboarding if you want this. Or we also have events, anything from cross-culture events to something social. For example, I think 2 weeks ago, we had an event to make bubble tea. So that's a theme here in Taiwan. To answering very daily questions. That could be where's the next dentist that speak English, or what is the schedule of the garbage truck? So I think there's a lot of things that we can help people. And for me personally, I think it's amazing to be part of such a community and to really have this mutual support. And often when we see something that's not working in the onboarding, we are the first one to see this, and then we work closely together with HR and have a very good collaboration to fix these problems and make it smoother, that you who are now sitting and listening to us when you come to Taiwan have a better experience.
I see. Thank you for sharing. Sounds like a really good, community there with great impacts as well. And again, we're really lucky to have all of you to share your insights and experience and help us understand better about what Google Taiwan is about. Last but not least, I have one last question for each of you. If you were to give one main takeaway for new international talents, considering joining Google Taiwan, what would that be? Start from you, Gregor.
I think come and join Google Taiwan with an open heart. So there's a lot of things you heard about from all of us. There's a lot of things that you can do and a lot of help that you have. And we are working hard to make that easier. And there's many things that you can work on. But I think it's still important that you have stay curious and try to explore, because Taiwan is a different place. It's a different culture. So then you get the most out of it.
Amazing. Thank you. And Keita, what about you?
Yeah, so here in Taiwan, we have great opportunities, and we also have great communities like International Googler Taiwan. So yeah, there are really nice people, and they can help you in any way. So yeah, enjoy the vibe and challenge yourself here in Taiwan, and let people help you when you need it.
Thank you, Keita. And Yunro?
Well, I think Google Taiwan is one of the largest, hardware engineering hub outside of the US. So there are really a lot of great opportunities available for professional development and for people to explore. So that's from a professional side, right? And outside of work, Taiwan has a lot of things to offer, which makes it a perfect combination, right, for both professional and personal life. So at the same time, Google also has a very great onboarding and relocation support that will help you transition. So come join us at this fun place to work.
Wow, amazing. Thank you. And we had quite an insightful session with the Googlers. Again, it's great to hear about many ways that Google Taiwan and Googlers could support international talents to join them. And I hope you gained some inspiration of the things that you can do to unleash your career potential at Google Taiwan. Now, speaking of support, Taiwan is a great place to welcome and support international talents, and we have a special guest today from Taiwan Employment Gold Card Office to share more about the policies and program that support international job seekers coming in and settling in Taiwan. Now, let's welcome Tom for Taiwan Employment Gold Card Office. Welcome.
Thank you, Coco. It's great to be here. And so you've just heard from some amazing Googlers about their stories and their journeys into Taiwan. I'm now here to talk to you from a very different perspective, a very administrative, bureaucratic perspective, and teach you how to navigate the world of work permits in Taiwan in order to get here and land your dream job. So the great news is you're deciding to move to Taiwan at a really fantastic time, because the government is very keen to have you here, and it's pulling out all the stops to make life in Taiwan amazing. To run through some of the new policies and laws that we're inventing to make your life easier in Taiwan, is this slide. So we're introducing more bilingual programs in schools to have your kids get in there easier. We're streamlining credit card application processes, bank account openings, even collating the list of real estate agents that can speak languages other than Chinese. And these are just a few of the areas that we're actively working to make Taiwan an even better place to live. So traditionally, when you want to work in Taiwan, you need a piece of paper called a work permit. Unlike some other countries, Taiwan has separate visas and work permits. The visa is what gives you the right to stay, and the work permit is what gives you the right to work. So in Taiwan, normally how that works is you first find a job. Your employer, Google in this case, will apply for a work permit for you. Then once you've got that document, you can apply for a residence visa at your local Taiwan diplomatic post. Once you've got that in hand, you can then move to Taiwan and start working for Google. But I think many of you on the live stream here today will qualify for the Taiwan Gold Card. The Taiwan Gold Card is our flagship talent visa, and you qualify on the basis of your skills and professional experience. Your Google recruiter will help you determine whether the Gold Card is right for you. But if it is the right card for you, you can get a fully open work permit, which means you can work for any employer, including, of course, Google. It comes with residence rights for up to 3 years, and after that, you get a fast track to permanent residence. So for a regular work permit, after 5 years, you can apply for PR. With a Gold Card, you can apply for permanent residence in just 3 years. You can, of course, bring your family with you regardless, but with the Gold Card, we'll also give you the additional advantage that you can apply for visas for your parents and grandparents to stay with you for up to 12 months at a time. And on the day that you start working at Google, you'll be able to be part of Taiwan's world-leading national health insurance scheme. And if your salary is particularly high, you'll even get some tax deductions. So check out our website for information on that. Beyond just the visa, there's actually a government agency behind this program that is extremely invested in your success. There are, of course, a range of amazing services you can get from Google, but the Gold Card office is also here to help you support your move to Taiwan. We'll help invite you to industry events so you can meet people from your field, regardless of whether you're working in finance or technology. We'll give you VIP access to some events, particularly in the startup industry. We run social drinks every month. The other day, we went bowling with a whole group of people and arranged a yoga session, especially for amazing women. You'll meet other people in the Gold Card community. And one thing you might be interested to know is the very first Gold Card was issued, in fact, to YouTube co-founder Steve Chen. But there are also other people of his caliber here in Taiwan, founders of other really well-known names and luminaries from fields across the gamut that you get to meet and hang out with. So we think of the Gold Card as much more than just the visa. Instead, we consider you the member of a community, and we encourage Gold Card holders to gather together and share their experiences of moving to Taiwan. Beyond just the Gold Card office, there are other government agencies that are available to help you. If you need help to do with anything in life, and you can't happen to get it from one of your colleagues or the friendly people at Google, you can just pick up the phone and dial 1990, 24 hours a day in English, Japanese, or Chinese. And that'll provide assistance with anything to do with life, maybe just translating for a bureaucratic situation you've encountered. And during business hours, we'll also provide support in Vietnamese, Indonesian, Thai, and Cambodian. The Gold Card office, of course, is here for anything to do with applying for your Gold Card and questions after you've got it. And we'll even meet with you in person if you want. Thanks to the Ministry of Education, we'll also provide priority enrollment assistance to get your kids in school. That's free of charge and available in English. And if you need any more information about investing in Taiwan, maybe you want to use your 20% time to start a startup, we can help provide assistance for that as well. So please get in touch with us. That's all I wanted to say today, and we are available for any questions you might have. And we're quite honored to be a small part of your welcome to Taiwan. It's an amazing place to live and work, and we really hope you can find your dream job in this presentation today.
Thank you, Tom. And thank you very much for that informative sharing by the Taiwan Employment Gold Card Office. It's really such a great honor and to to really good to learn about like Taiwan, how the policies and programs that could support international job seekers coming to Taiwan. Now, after hearing lots of amazing stories from Googlers, the resource and support by Google and Taiwan policies, I'm sure many of you have a lot of questions. I have, Kelly on here with me today. But at the same time, I just wanted to remind all of you who joined us online, please drop your question in the chat box. Our team will try our best to answer each of that. Now, I'm sure you're as curious as I am, what kind of exciting opportunities that Google is opening and what skill sets Google is looking for. So we're very honored to have Kelly Ong, Senior Recruiting Lead in Google, to join us today. She'll be here to give us more insights about how Google, the strategy of hiring talents in Taiwan. And let's give a warm welcome for Kelly.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kelly. I'm Malaysian and I have been relocated to Taiwan for 14 years. So I joined Google Taiwan in 2018 as Senior Recruiting Lead, and I'm really super excited to be here to talk to you about our commitment to talent. In fact, we are celebrating our 25th anniversary this month, and our product and service teams continue to grow year over year. So I'm actually seeing firsthand over my 5 years in this company. Since I joined, our Taiwan site has doubled in size. So we have almost all the Google products and feature teams in Taiwan, like Android, Pixel, Nest, Fitbit, Chrome OS, data center, and network infrastructures. So that's also one of the things that makes Google Taiwan so unique. So as we continue to grow, we are continue to hire for different kinds of roles. For example, like software, hardware, testing, supply chains, and infrastructure.
Wow, impressive. So to establish such a comprehensive ecosystem, what qualities would you say that Google is seeking in potential candidates?
I think this is a good question. So we actually value professional skills and experience. We continue to focus on higher by skills as a core. We actually also embrace diversity and inclusions, so which is why bringing in talent from around the world to work on our teams is so important to us. So we believe that a diverse team is a stronger team, and that by bringing together people from different backgrounds and countries, we can create a product service that is more innovative and inclusive. So if you are a bold thinker, please don't shy away from sharing your ideas and work with us. Your unique perspective can be valuable to our teams.
Amazing. Well, are there any language requirements for non-Taiwanese candidates?
To be honest, English remains as a major language for us to communicate at work, but actually Google value multilingualisms and encourage employees to actually utilize their language skills to enhance collaborations and communications within our global team. So this is because being able to speak and multiple language can actually help employees to better understand and connect with colleagues from different cultures, which we believe can lead to more effective teamwork and problem solving.
Oh, okay. Thanks for the notes, Kelly. And one last thing, would you share what would be the next step for candidates who are interested in joining Google Taiwan after the session?
I really like these questions. So we are always looking for talented people who can contribute to our missions. So if you are interested in a career at Google, please scan the QR code or visit our website, goo.gle/TWCareers to learn more. So once you apply, our recruiter will be reaching out if you might be a match for the job that you have applied for, and we will be your partner to guide you through the hiring process. So don't think, please act today, and I can't wait to meet you in Google Taiwan soon.
Amazing. Thanks, Kelly. And how time flies. So to everyone online, as you can see on the screen, we have a feedback survey from. So if you find today's event informative and helpful, please take some time to fill it in. We're now entering a Q&A session, so we're inviting all the speakers back on the stage. In the meanwhile, we also love to hear your feedbacks. As you see, scan the QR code and let us know if you would like to see more events like this. Your valuable thoughts are greatly appreciated. So just take 1 minute, or you can fill it up while listening to our Q&A response. Now, we'll gather, some pre-RSVP questions from our audiences who registered for the event today. Now, let's get started with this fantastic questions, shall we? All right. Now, first question, as we can see on the screen, will Google Taiwan consider international candidates for non-engineered focused position? Well, Kelly, would you like to answer that?
Yes, I think we are definitely open to hire non-engineering positions. There are other roles in sales and marketing, finance, HR, etc. that we may post on our career website from time to time to ensure we actually have a diverse range of talents to support our overall operations. And you know what? I'm actually not the only non-Taiwanese HR in Taiwan. So I do have other HR colleagues. They are actually coming from all other countries to work in Taiwan as one team. So if you are interested in the non-engineering positions at Google Taiwan, please visit our career website and apply for the positions that interest you. So again, I look forward to hearing from you very soon.
Amazing. Thank you, Kelly. And here comes another question. How long have you been part of Google Taiwan? And during your time here, what interesting insights have you gained from your daily work? Okay, let's see. Gregor, would you like to answer that?
Maybe I start with the easy part. I have been in Google Taiwan for 3 years now. So, and I think people tend not to chat that much. So there's not so much small talk. And instead, people show their appreciation maybe in different ways. So once you get thick, everyone has some health tips for you, or no one crosses the line. So that's working very well. And everyone always makes sure that you're very welcomed in meetings. So there's different ways.
All right, thank you for sharing, Gregor. Now let's look at the next question. All right, if I don't speak Mandarin Chinese, will I be able to get by without speaking the language? Let me see. Keita, could you share your experience?
Yeah, sure. It's a really good question. So the answer is you can definitely live in Taiwan without speaking Mandarin. I even started learning Mandarin 6 months after I moved to Taiwan, and I still don't know how to speak. But yeah, it will be okay. And maybe it's biased because I speak Japanese and know a lot of Chinese characters, but at least I don't know how to speak Mandarin. So yeah, it will be okay.
All right, then interesting. You'll still be able to survive, right? But I believe a strong comment in English would be very important, as Kelly mentioned. So here's another question. What are the best way to prepare for a job interview in Taiwan? Maybe let's have Yunro to share.
Wow, I got a tough one. Well, sure. So let me share some of my experiences. So I think first, you have got to research the company that you're interviewing with to, increase the business acumen and also, have a better understanding on the company culture and what is the company looking for this candidate, right? That's the first one. And secondly, I think prepare and practice some of the answers to common interview questions. And there's plenty of common interview questions that you can expect to be asked during the interview. So just practice so that you can provide the answer in a more concise and clearer way, right, during the interview. Third, be confident during the interview. And I think going into the interview with the mindset that the interviewer is trying to pick the best out of you and not trying to knock you down, I think this will actually increase your confidence a lot. And last but not least, just be yourself. That's the most important part, I think.
True. I personally echo with all the tips that you just shared. Really important. Yeah. So for the next question, what are Google's benefit of working in Taiwan? Maybe in this round we have Gregor and Yunru to share. Would you mind sharing one of the benefits working in Taiwan, Gregor?
So beside the famous perks like the free food that everyone knows now about, you get a gym and you get a very good support for the family. I think we talked about that. For me personally, it's also very exciting that you get to work on a hardware product that's then available all over the world. And I'm always amazed at this scale that we are working here at.
Wow. Okay. How about you, Yunro?
Well, for me, I think Google actually provides a great health and wellness support to not just the employee, but also the family. So besides the, comprehensive medical, dental, vision insurance for me and my family, mental health support has been can be easily accessible through employee assistance programs, mental health apps. That's one. And I also actually value flexibility a lot, as I can arrange my workday and location based on my personal need, as long as I get my work done. So with the hybrid work model, I get a balance to interact with my colleagues face to face, and at the same time, I can spend a few days of the week, sometimes of the week, with my family, and I think that's a great balance. And I also get a few weeks off that I can work from anywhere in the world, and per calendar year. So basically, I can work remotely in Malaysia, and so that I can spend some time with my family.
Wow, sounds amazing. Awesome. Now, here comes the last question. What are the best way to network in Taiwan for foreigners? Oh, maybe this round we have Keita and Kelly to share. Like, Keita, would you start first?
Yeah, sure. I think the first one is join the international Googler group, our group. It's really good. And we also have events, so join them. And also join TGIF. It's a office-wide Friday party. It's happening every week. And a lot of Googlers join TGIF, and then they are really friendly. So I'm pretty sure you'll make a lot of friends there. And then they also have friends outside of the company. So they will expand your connection. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. Thank you. And how about you, Kelly? Any networking tips?
I think there are multiple approach, in fact, and I'm going to share one of the favorite ways that I'm using. So actually in Google, there's one program we call it as Google Surf. So it is actually a global volunteer program that initiated in 2008 that offers different kind of in-person and virtual events, such as keeping the beach clean, such as cooking the meal for the homeless or biking with disabled children, etc. So I often get a chance to meet with more people through these kind of activities. And I personally feel it is super fulfilling to give back to the community while I also have a chance to make more friends. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. Sounds like a really fun activities and networking events. All right, now the Q&A has come to an end. Again, thanks for all the sharings. And here is a survey link again for everyone who is online. We really love to hear your feedback, and your valuable thoughts are going to be greatly appreciated. All right, one big thanks to all the speakers today to join us. And here's a quick recap of today's event. And so, as everyone mentioned, Google Taiwan is one of the biggest hardware hubs outside of the US, and they have almost all the Google products and features teams in Taiwan, including Android, Pixel, Nest, Fitbit, Chrome OS, data centers, and network infrastructure. Amazing. And that's what's make Google Taiwan unique. And as Melton pointed out, there in the very beginning, the growth plan focused on 3 areas. First, talents in hardware and software integrations, the industrial ecosystem, and internet infrastructure. Right. So now Google Taiwan is seeking for top-notch international talents like all of you today who come and play. Together, you expand and grow to really make a mark, and all sticking back to Google's mission for Taiwan, delivering the best product and service. Luckily, we got Gregor, Keita, Yunro, and Kelly from different teams here to back up. Once you're part of Google, you see that the vibes are super helpful. Googlers are always ready to lend a hand and share their insights. And they've got this community called International Googlers Taiwan. It's like a big bunch of 200 international talents, and serve as a welcome community for newbies, coming outside of Taiwan. They will pair you up with buddies to help you settle in, and they organize events as well to help everyone connected. So there's also programs like what Kelly just said, help you connect with more people in the society as well. Last but not least, relocation support such as Taiwan Employment Gold Cards, financial reimbursements, consultations in many aspects will be provided as assisting international talents to coming into Taiwan. Again, rest assured with your family as well, you could welcome to Taiwan, and Google, even their Googlers, will ensure a smooth onboarding process for you. So, I hope you've gained a good sense of how to unleash your potential at Google Taiwan. You may hit the subscribe button on Live of Google for more awesome videos working in Google Taiwan. Once again, I'm Coco from Resume. Thanks a bunch for joining us today and can't wait to stay connected with you again. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.